Hello friends, today we will discuss the model answer for yesterday's question, and again we will take up another question which will be giving the model answer tomorrow. So let us share the document and see what was the question and what is the model answer for that. Uh, See, the question, yesterday's question was from Indian philosophy. Discuss the common characteristics of orthodox and heterodox schools of Indian philosophy. And this 300-word question. So, what can be the model answer? Let us understand that. Now, Indian philosophy has two parts, orthodox and heterodox, uh, which is called Astika as well as Nastika. Now, what is Astik and Nastik? Let us understand that, and which are the schools coming there. So, Indian philosophy is traditionally categorized into Astik, orthodox systems which contain Nyaya, Vaisesika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Vedanta, and Nastik, which contains Charvaka, Jainism, and Buddhism. Now, orthodox means accepting the authority of Vedas, and heterodox means that Nastic means those schools which reject the authority of Vedas. So there are three schools which are rejecting the authority of Vedas: the Jainism, Buddhism, and Charvaka. And the schools which are accepting the authority of Vedas: Nyaya, Vaisesik, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, and Vedanta. So what are the? I mean, question is what are the common characteristics? So in first paragraph, in the introduction kind of thing, we have explained what is orthodox, what is heterodox, and what are the schools there, and what is the main basic or basis of differentiation. Now we'll come to what are the common characteristics or common principles or common uh, theories which all these schools follow. So, first is liberation as ultimate goal. All systems are soteriological. Soteriological means the basically soteriology is study of liberation. So, or moksha or emancipation. So, uh, all systems are soteriological in nature. That is aiming at liberation from this world. So same thing is mentioned here, aiming at liberation from samsara. Vedanta, Sankhya, Yoga speak of moksha. Then, because these schools, for example, Vedanta, Sankhya, and Yoga, Sankara, Sankhya was enunciated by Kapila, Vedanta by Sankara, and Yoga by Patanjali, speak of moksha through self-realization or isolation. Then Buddhism, obviously Gautam Buddha, Jainism, Mahavir aim for nirvana or Keval Jnana, respectively, through their metaphysical framework. So, basically, all these systems are talking about either nirvana or Keval Jnana or moksha through different systems. Now, second important similarity is ethical orientation. Ethical conduct is central for almost all except uh, Charvak school, because they sometimes, I mean, basically they are a hedonistic school. So even though they follow ethics, it's pragmatic ethics. So if you see here, it is mentioned pragmatic ethics through hedonist, though hedonistic. So this is all other schools are highly ethical. For example, Jainism, they go for Panch Mahavrata. Buddhism go for Eightfold Path. Patanjali, yoga goes for Yam Niyam. So, and accordingly, all others also, whether it is Vedant, whether it is Nyaya Vaisesik, every school is ethically or have ethical orientation. Now, third important similarity is rational inquiry and logic. All systems value reasoned discourse. For example, uh, Nyaya school, Akshpat Gautam, one of the important philosophers in Nyaya school, Nyaya Sutra, he has written, systematize logic and epistemology. And like that, for Buddhist logic, Dignaga and Dharmakirti. They are Buddhist philosophers, revolutionized Buddhist logic. Jain thinkers, Umaswati and uh, Mallavadi, they developed Syadvad and Anekantvad, models of conditional and pluralistic reasoning. So basically, all these philosophers believe, or all these schools go for rational inquiry and logic. Now, what is fourth? All these believe in, except Charvak school, because Charvak don't believe in karma and rebirth and soul, etc. But all other schools believe in karma and rebirth. So except Charvak, all accept karma and punarjan. In Vedanta, karma binds the jiva to the cycle of birth and death. Jainism views karma as a subtle matter, pudgala. Buddhism interprets it psychologically and ethically through the doctrine of dependent origination. So all these things we can mention here. Now, theories of self. While Vedanta posits an eternal Atma, uh, Jainism describes Jiva as a real and distinct from Ajiva, and Buddhism rejects any permanent self, focusing instead on five aggregate, that is skandhas. So, but in some or the other form, they do agree that there is some self, or theory of self they believe in. So basically, these five are broad similarities among the both heterodox and orthodox schools of Indian philosophy. And then we will come to conclusion. Despite shared concerns, liberation, ethics, and rationality, the traditions differ fundamentally. So even though, I mean, in above we have described that liberation, ethics, and rationality, they do have some similarity, but in ontology and epistemology. Ontology means metaphysics. So metaphysics and ontology are, even though not same 100%, but sometimes used interchangeably. So ontology and epistemology, they differ fundamentally. Gnostic schools critique the Vedic orthodoxy, Atma doctrine, and ritualism. Yet their inclusion within Indian philosophy reflects the uh, dialogical as well as pluralistic uh, spirit, and there is a cross pollination also among various schools. For example, if you know, there is a debate between Sankara, Nagarjuna, and Kumar Bhatt. So all these three philosophers from three different streams, Buddhism or Mimamsa and Vedanta, they have debated also because they were contemporary, demonstrates an enduring commitment to philosophical inquiry and ethical living across the spectrum. So along with this conclusion, we can complete. Here in this answer, we have not included in detail critical evaluation and the comparison with Western philosophy or modern science, because the answer or the question does not demand that. So please understand that your answer has to be a natural. It cannot simply unnecessary things you cannot write. So this completes our model answer for this. Now, what will be the question for tomorrow? So this question is from philosophy of religion. This we are going to give model answer tomorrow. The question is, compare the monotheistic and non-theistic conceptions of God. So compare monotheistic and non-theistic conceptions of God in 300 words. The model answer we will try to give tomorrow. Uh, basically, as I told earlier, we will be uh, giving this series of questions from, I mean, in rotational way. One day Western philosophy, then Indian philosophy, philosophy of religion, and then socio-political philosophy. Will continue till October end, covering about 200 questions. So with this, I complete today's video. Tomorrow we'll meet with this philosophy of religion questions model answer. And thanks a lot for watching today. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.